Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Football Manager 2017, and we're going into the Europa League today, into the semi-finals against Manchester United. This one should be very good, but first, a little recap. How have we done since the FA Cup semi-final? Well, we beat Chelsea 2-0, and after that you'd go, oh, okay, great. No, we drew with Watford with 1-1. This was an immensely frustrating game because it was like, okay, we should really go just absolutely bulldoze through these, and we didn't. And it was sort of, and Mario Icardi was poor. You want your big game players to turn up. Christian Eriksen, okay, got an assist, but really, an assist is irrelevant in this because I want to show you Eric Lamella's goal. This is probably the best goal I've seen on Football Manager this year. I mean, just take that in for a second. Imagine if that had won us the game. I mean, I'd be screaming, running around the house, just everything. But yeah, that is actually one of the best goals I think I've seen on Football Manager for a long, long time. So we managed to scrape a point through or won the goal. But if we look at the league, we're 5 points behind. Now, we still have that game in hand, so the gap could, and the key word is could, go to 2 points. But the game in hand, as you can see, is against Bournemouth. We're on 34, they're on 34, everyone else is on 35. If we look, we play Bournemouth on the Wednesday before the final game of the season. That is absolutely bizarre, but there you go. So the 4 remaining games are Stoke, 3 of them at home as well. Stoke, our final away game then, is at Southampton, and then we play the 2 final home games there against Bournemouth and Swansea for the FA Cup final, which will round off this little series of ours. Well, potentially, I don't know. It depends on the Europa League and stuff. But yeah, we're going to go into this now versus Manchester United. We've had some strange old games with them this season. I think, let's see, where did we lost 1-0, but we had this cracker of a game 3-3. This feels like ages ago. I suppose it was. Yeah, it was a really good game. I don't think I did that one live, but it was a really good game. But that's why we're doing this one live now. So I'm going to play Jan Vertonghen and not Kevin Wimmer. But other than that, I think we're okay. Christian Eriksen, I'm going to throw in Christian Eriksen, not Son. He really has got a hot and cold moments in him. And as you can see, his form was below 7. I generally don't like to pick players below 7 ratings, or their average rating, I should say. So this is the Manchester United team. So we're at home first, and it's the first leg. We're going to have the second leg as well. So we're going to have this tie settled in one video. They've got Zlatan up front. So there's Mkhitaryan, Martial, Pogba, Blind, Rashford playing as a right winger. We've got Roshan Williams. Sorry, I sounded so white when I said that. Even though that was quite funny. But yeah, we're just going to go straight into this here. Rio Man United always gives a good response, and here we go. So if we can have a couple of goals here tonight, that would be quite useful. It is high on my priorities now, the Europa League. I do think we have to turn a little bit more attention to the Europa because of the chances that we're probably not going to win the league now. But that said, Man United are always, certainly at the start of the game anyway, always an absolute nightmare to play against, even if you are playing them at home in a European game and a 2-legged game. And I thought there was a chance here, but we've got maybe another one. We might recycle this one here. There is definitely a chance coming. I can feel it. No, Eric Dyer's giving a ball away, and actually, it turns out it's going to be for Man United instead. I don't believe it. If they get an away goal, which they have, Ibrahimovic plows one in from about 20 yards out. Well, that's a massive, massive blow because they were the away goal now. And once again, you're looking for your big players to turn up. Mario Icardi, he's doing absolutely nothing at the moment. Let's get a bit shouty at them. Show me something else. There we go. I'm going to have to say to him, come on. No, he's fired up, but let's have shoot on sight on. I'm currently playing through my Ajax Cape Town save, which is coming out soon, hopefully. And one of the tactics I've had is to have shoot on sight on, and I'm actually stuck with it because if you've been watching me for a long, for over the years, I'll try shoot on sight and get really frustrated with it very quickly and have it turned off within a couple of games. I've actually stuck with it, and It's hilarious because you end up having like 30 shots on target, but 30 shots of the whole game, while 5 of them are on target, and you'll score 2 goals, and it happens all the time, and it's quite funny after a while. I mean, of course, you get annoyingly frustrated with it, but ultimately it's working at the moment. Spoilers. Right, Son is coming on. Mauro Icardi, he's looking motivated. I've had enough, Son. You're coming off. Harry Kane, save this tie for us. Because at the moment, we are heading out as it currently stands. Yes, there's another game to go. But I have a personal terrible record at Old Trafford. I hate playing there. It's an absolute nightmare. It always has been. All the way through the Football Manager series. And we have not had a single highlight. In fact, I think the goal was that is the only highlight. The whole game. I don't believe that, excluding the kickoffs and the final whistle. The ref's going to blow up, isn't he? That's bollocks. Right, so they've got the away goal. Well, the system manager actually gave a good team talk there. So the 2 away teams winning. Lyon also losing there to Zenit St. Petersburg. Harry Kane has now played 7 matches. Damn, really? I didn't even notice that. I didn't notice, right. So that's a bit of a pain in the arse. What we're going to do now is I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. I'm going to play this game against Stoke. And I'm going to come back, report on the result, and then we'll go into the second leg of the Man United game. Hold tight. I'll be back in a second. And we are back. So this is how it turns out then. Stoke, we beat them 2-0. Eric Lamela once again getting himself on the score sheet with another belter. This time, not quite as dramatic, but a lovely free kick, which Jack Butland had absolutely no chance with. And then Harry Kane, yes, the player who I think hadn't scored for, 7 games or something, has, it's a lovely finish. He's absolutely rifled that into the back of the net as well. I mean, he couldn't really miss, could he? To be honest. But I was really worried this game because just before that, what's his name? I totally forgot his name. Was it Mbula? Muniesa actually had a chance. And if he'd squared the ball, he was right on the edge of the box. He had the chance to square the ball, and he didn't. He actually had a shot. And I feel like if he'd pulled that ball back across the face of the goal, we could have been looking at a different result. But what has made things even more interesting now is if we look at the table here, Arsenal drew. Look, the latest game there was against Hull. They drew 0-0. So if we win that game in hand against Bournemouth, which is next week, in 6 days' time, we've got Southampton at the weekend, then we play Bournemouth, it could very well come down to the final day and we're both on the same amount of points as an Arsenal. How amazing could that be? But first, we have the little matter of a European semi-final against Manchester United. And as you can see, our previous meetings with United is not good there. There's no green. We need to change that. So we're just going to get straight into this here. We're going to... 5-4 favourites. It's not good, is it? So it looks like they're playing pretty much the same team, just Herrera in for Mkhitaryan, who is not even in the squad, and also playing... Are they just taking the piss at this point? They're just putting kids on the bench to annoy me. Zach Delney, or whatever his name is. And yeah, so this is the team we're going to play. They've got Lloris, Walker, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Rose, Dyer, Dembele, Ali, Lamela, Eriksson, and Harry Kane. Yes, Icardi had another poor game against Stoke, and as such, I have hooked him out of the first team. So give a good team speed. That's good. But yeah, Harry Kane, he scored, as you saw there, in the last game. Icardi didn't. I'm sticking with him. He's... Okay. Cool. He is... he is in good form. Let's make no mistake. Right, here's a chance for Man United. Pogba's hit the post with a header. Okay. It just feels as if Man U are sort of just a bit more clinical at the moment. So we've got... I'm just trying to think. If we get an away goal, this really does get interesting. But at the moment, that's the key ingredient that is missing. Now, Harry Kane, who usually does end up signing for Man United on a lot of saves I've seen so far. Here's a chance. Danny Rose, ball in. Lamela took him 2 goals. I thought he totally bought that. But Eric Lamela coming into some genuinely serious form at the perfect time. And I tell you what, he's saving our arse at the moment. But Man United come again. But we have that important away goal. I'm not counting any chickens yet because here's Ander Herrera. And he really should have scored. It's a good save by Hugo Lloris. A few people have been saying in the comments, my God, how OP is your Hugo Lloris? Now, I'm not saying anything. You know, he's a quality goalkeeper. I'd put him in my top 5 in the world. Maybe even, dare I say, top 3. I'd probably put Neuer, De Gea, Karius. No, I'm joking. Yeah, there's me flying around. He should have saved that. Paul Pogba puts Man United back in front. 2-1. It's right on half time as well. Looks like we're going to go in. Should have been level. But in fact, you know what? I agree with Michael Lindemann here. We're happy with that performance. Harry Kane. He's injured. I'd rather not risk him. I'm going to bring on Icardi. He's not had a good game. You better bloody play well, lad. You better bloody play well. So, if we score another goal, that hasn't really, when it has obviously changed things, but if we score again, we go through. Or we're going to go straight through, but, you know, we will be heading through as it stands. And Dembele just finding his way through. It's Icardi. I don't believe it. You'd put your mortgage on him to score that. You'd put your own family members up. I don't believe it. Right, okay, I'm now looked at midfielder getting frustrated. Right. Harry Winks. I know what you're thinking. Right, what on earth are you doing? Dele Alli's looking frustrated. He's not playing well. I'm going to bring on Harry Winks. He's in good form. I brought him on against Stoke the other day. He looked all right. Now, the time is, when do you gamble? This is the problem. Look at Icardi again. Do you know what? He's done so well, but when the big games mattered, he's starting to choke. And it's not good. And if Man United score here, I think that's it. Oh, and I've got a chance of a break on. Ericsson, I mean, I just can't believe that miss. And Harry Winks, well, put my trust in him and he goes and does that. And that might even be the death blow. No, Martial. Right, we're going to have to start going for it. We just have to. We just have to. Let's see what else. Yeah, whatever. Let's just go with that. They never. I mean, if you've been watching the series, you know that these never make a damn bit of difference. If anything, they're more harmful than anything. But you've got to go for it. And yeah, just what Man United. There is just something about Manchester United on Football Manager. I don't just mean this game. I mean just the series. I just cannot buy a damn break against them. In the first few seasons, I mean, sure, once the regen start coming in, then it's anybody's game. But I just cannot buy a goddamn break against Man U. They always screw me over in some way or another. And, adding insult to injury there with a Rojo goal. But just get it over with now, please. Ref, just blow up, thank you. So Man U, of course, reaching the Europa League final, even though many of its fans will, of course, say it's a Tin Pot trophy, currently, as they progress from the group stages. So Leon actually going through there. Matthew Valbuena, God, is he still going? Fans of... oh, hang on a minute. Harry Kane. Well, that's him out of the season then. So I'm going to have to play Icardi. That's a bit annoying. So, Europa League semi-final. We've reached the semi-final. That was the objective. So, a domestic treble is still on. With, of course, the FA Cup final, which we will bring you live. And the Premier League. So, to round this one out then, disappointing. Manchester United once again screwing me out of a trophy. But we have 3 Premier League games remaining. I'm going to go play them. We might do them live. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might try and do all of them. I'm going to do most of them live, if not all of them live. I haven't decided yet. But I'm going to go away and cry because, yeah, sure, it's the Europa League, but the chance was there. I don't have a good relationship with this competition. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video today, please leave a like, and I will see you next time for the Premier League run-in. Should be a big one. Bye-bye.